skills.
Kumar Vikram Singh, luminaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The topic that I'm going to speak on is not new to you. As far as I know, majority of you have had very close relationships with the services. Some of you having donned the uniform, some of you having kith and kin in the uniform, and you are very well aware as to how the Indian Army or the services function. And to that extent, it will just be a recapitulation of the training standards that the Indian Army lays for its soldiers. You all heard this saying, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. This is the crux of the training that the Indian Army lays on. So, right from the day a Jawan is recruited till the day he superannuates, he is put through a regimen of continuous training and skill upgradation. Why does the Army train? The Army attempts to improve the individual's current or future performance by increasing his ability to perform through learning. Usually by changing the individual's attitude and perceptions through enhancements of skill and knowledge. The benefits are all known to you. You can go through the slide. I don't have to elaborate. You in your own domain are also involved in training your colleagues, your subordinates to achieve the benefits that are being shown on the slide. What is the training philosophy of the Indian Army? Like I said, from the womb to the tomb, training is an intrinsic and a continuous process. Progressive training is commensurate and designed in a manner that it lends to career progression. Training infrastructures created in various centers and places to facilitate diverse operational requirements. You're all aware that the Army has multifarious sorts of activities for which diverse training is required. An infantryman requires some specialized training, whereas a gunner, an artillery chap, an armored chap, or even an ordnance chap would require a little diverse training. So the Army, as an overall perspective, has to cater for all these type of diverse training and formulate its curriculum and training process in that manner. Competitive examinations are an intrinsic part, whether it is promotion examination at the below officers level. They have the training, they have to go through various gradations to be able to attain higher ranks. It is very, very important so far as the officer cadre is concerned. Gradings attained in courses also have an equal importance in the career of an individual pursuing his career in the Indian Army. Gradings in the officer level are quantified and they are considered during various promotion boards. Gradings in various Army courses for the men give them an opportunity to have exposures outside their unit wherein they can impart training and upgrade their knowledge to a higher level. Now, in this entire gamut of training, Army has created a large number of training centers which could be considered as centers of excellence. They are centers of excellence in each trade or each sphere of Army activity. Each regimental center has its own training establishment, a training center where the Jawan is given training. periodic upgradation takes place and the Jawan comes back to these centers to upgrade his knowledge, prepare himself for a course that he has been detailed to go in the future. Training establishments have also been categorized depending upon the standards they have to set into category A and B training establishments. Category A establishments are those establishments which are par excellence and have all the facilities of the modern nature that is prevalent and prevalent in the international standards. Institutions of international standards are being patronized by foreign countries. The National Defense Academy is the first step where foreign countries send their cadets to train and become officers. Likewise, Defense Services Staff College, 40-odd countries cater for their officers to get trained in the Defense Services Staff College, Wellington. Likewise, there are many other institutions in the Indian Army which are being patronized by foreign countries. So, in a nutshell, the training standard bar of the Indian Army is at a very high level. Now, with this backdrop, how does our industry get involved or get connected with the training that is being done by the Indian Army? For us, like has been brought out by General Sakhuja and Colonel Vikas, that the Army is churning out approximately 60,000 soldiers per year who are well-trained, disciplined. And this manpower is available to the industry to capitalize. Realizing this, you are all aware, the NSDC and the service headquarters have signed an MOU which caters for reorientation training, which General Sakhuja was talking about and Vikas was also talking about, for a 15 days reorientation training in order to align them and make them aware as to what the industry is looking for and what they should be expecting from the industry as they step into the civil world. Training, assessments and certification will follow the guidelines as laid down by the NSDC in the form of recognition of prior learning. Now, this recognition of prior learning, how does the industry partner capitalize? All presently employed security personnel, including ex-servicemen, are eligible to undergo this certification for recognition of prior learning, as part of the recognition of prior learning. Security agencies can get their guards certified through this process. I'm sorry, I just skipped this, I thought. Yeah, sorry. The Army way is that when they come in for the reorientation, they have to undergo this 15 days training, which is divided into platform, domain, and soft skill training. The assessment is done through the assessment body, and it is an SDMS generated certification. Placements are a critical factor as on successful completion. Now, when this thing is happening every month in the last 10 days of a month as a cycle. As on date, for the security sector, we have 10 regimental centers who have joined hands, and we have trained their trainers, and we are now training, these trainers are training their men, and we are carrying out the assessment. So what the industry, if they are interested in picking up these boys as they pass the assessment test, is that they could send their representatives to the regimental centers, carry out an in situ counseling, and if they find it suitable, can pick up and give employment to these boys. SSSDC, as the results are declared, will be posting the results on the website, which the industry can see and thereafter make a selection. We will also be giving out their location from where they reside so that the people are picked up closer to their places of residence after post-retirement. So, when the assessment is taking place, two types of results will be declared. People, like Vikas said, those who get above 60% in the domain will be declared as provisional trainers. Those who get 80% and above will be proper trainers. 60 to 80% marks securing people will have to come back within 6 months to get that standard of 80%. These people will be graded as trainers. The balance who don't make it will be given domain certificate. That means to say an unarmed security guard, a person undergoing RPL in unarmed security guard as a trainer, if he comes up to the level of a trainer, will become a trainer. Otherwise, he will be given a certification of an armed security guard, and he can be employed in the industry likewise. Sorry. Yeah. So this that slide which had come earlier, I'll go over it again. So far as the industry is concerned, this is what we need to follow, and there is a need for the industry to tie up with the SSSDC, and we can take this RPL process forward. Some of you would have been apprised by the regional directors and given a form in which we are requesting the major agencies to pledge some figures of RPL to be conducted so that we can together form a cohesive action plan and take the RPL forward. In that form, it is just a form which we are asking a feedback in which you could say, yes, your company is willing to give X number of people for RPL training. Based on that, because of the new guidelines that have come in, we need a minimum of 10,000 personnel to be trained in the RPL and certified to be able to be qualified as a PIA. So in this training of the RPL, the SSSDC will act as the PIA, whereas the agencies will act as the mobilizing agency, and also will cater for the people who are employed with them who need to be certified in the RPL process to be made available for a period of 10 to 15 days, wherein they can be refreshed for a 6-day period. A reorientation course can take place, and thereafter they can be put through the assessment. All this is not going to cost anyone of you any money. The government is sponsoring it, and the payouts of this are as given, as shown on the slide. The individual is going to get 500 rupees. The PIA, that is us, we'll get 1400 rupees, which we will share with you, and the assessment body gets 600 rupees. This, once I get the feedback, I would request you all to please, or otherwise interact with me or the regional directors or the staff of the SSSDC to get further details. We can then formulate a plan of action and go ahead with how to progress this RPL. With that, I have finished. Should you have any doubts, I'll try and answer.